Yes.
Was that a charge that you brought before this Senate last impeachment?
It was.
You have a charge that accuses the governor of dismissing certain employees of boards, one of them being Mr. Mwaki. Is that a charge that you brought and prosecuted before this Senate during the last motion?
It was. It was part of the motion.
There is a specific charge where the governor is accused of misconduct by stating that 86 million shillings was raised in support of the burial of the blogger, Mr. Sniper. What would you say about that specific charge?
Because I was privy to the happenings behind the whatever was happening during the demise of one blogger, Mudiani, I think the governor didn't allude to a specific collection of money because there were several fundraisers that were held in support of that family.
Are you aware of any other forms of fundraising that were done? Did you participate in any yourself?
Yes, personally I participated in the one that was conducted by members of the county assembly, where initially we contributed 1,000 each member, the 59 members who were then opposing the governor, and later we contributed 10,000 each for the same. And also other political leaders contributed to that cause.
By political leaders, who are you referring to? And in your estimation, how much money was raised? And I'm also sorry to ask this, what is the status of that kitty, if you're aware of, and how was it utilized?
The one for the assembly was utilized in conducting the road shows across crisscross in Meru, and other monies were used to hold prayers in various stadiums, as we have seen, Kenoru, Maua, and others. And by the time I left that group where the fundraising was being held, we had not been accounted for the remainder of the money.
So when the governor states that to the tune of 86 million might have been raised, is it anywhere near the truth in your estimation, having participated in the fundraisings in various modes?
It will be the truth.
Thank you. I think I will rest this witness and hand him over to cross-examination. Thank you.
Mr. Speaker, sir, we'll be very brief with this witness. Mr. Witness, confirm that you moved the motion for impeachment last time, yes?
Yes, I confirm.
And that you live by the statements that you have indicated in your affidavit that you have testified to, yes?
Sorry?
And that you confirm and want to rely on the affidavit that you have filed?
Yes, I confirm.
And that you remember on the 7th of November 2023, you took the same stand and testified before this assembly as a mover, correct?
Yes, I confirm.
And you remember a question was put to you whether or not the impeachment then was politically instigated, correct?
Yes.
Do you recall your answers?
I may not recall the exact answer.
I'll give you the answer. Honorable Speaker, I'm referring to the answers of this House at page 53, dated 7th of November. Mr. Mudhombi Thionkulu was the lead counsel then, correct?
Yes.
And you remember him putting this question to you, and you answered in negative, that it was not politically instigated. You remember? You recall or you do not recall, Mr. Witness?
I don't recall. Read for me the answer, maybe.
You remember Mr. Mudhomi asking you whether it is true from the governor's allegations that the impeachment was politically instigated, and your answer was Evans Mawira Kawira. You said it was not true. Have I now refreshed your memories?
From the records, yes.
Do you still want to hold that preposition?
Of course, everything that was in that motion was not substantiated.
Excuse me, Mr. Witness, I want a yes or a no answer. Do you still want to hold that preposition, or you want to run away from it?
As of then, I hold that position.
You hold that position?
Yes.
What has now changed?
So many things.
The one, that you are no longer the leader of the majority in the assembly.
No.
Yes. Number two?
The governor reached out and called for reconciliation. I did a lot of soul searching.
Thank you.
I consulted widely.
It's okay, don't answer questions that I have not put to you. You have testified at length how people were induced to bring that particular motion, correct?
Yes, and I've stated the facts.
That is a motion that you brought on the 7th of November, correct?
Yes.
So you brought motion out of ulterior motives of being induced as at then, correct?
According to the circumstances then.
You allowed yourself to be induced, yes?
As per the circumstances then.
So on that day when you took the stand on the 7th of November 2023, you did not speak the truth to this at Senate, but you spoke out of inducement, correct?
I'm saying as
correct or not correct? I want an answer, not a vague answer. Correct or not correct?
Not correct.
So then, were you induced that particular time from your evidence?
I've narrated all the events that led to
one of the events, Mr. Witness, was that you are induced, correct? One of the events is that you are induced.
I didn't say you are induced. I said you are mobilized according to party lines.
How were you mobilized?
Of course, I stated that we met as the leadership of...
was financial gains, correct? Including 20,000 shillings that you were given, correct?
That was later, after the second
Christmas gift, correct?
After the second impeachment had failed in the Senate.
You remember the Christmas gift, yes?
I'm saying later, after the second impeachment had failed in the Senate.
You received a gift?
Yes.
For the work well done, correct?
A Christmas gift for a work well done. Christmas was not even, Christmas was oncoming.
So, Mr. Witness, if you allowed yourself to be induced that particular time to bring that particular impeachment motion, how truthful is your statement today?
I was not induced. I said you are mobilized on party lines.
On party lines?
Yes.
So which party do you belong to?
UDA.
UDA?
Yes.
So UDA mobilized its MCAs to bring the motion?
UDA at the county level, Meru county level, mobilized the MCAs to introduce an impeachment motion.
Does that mean that the UDA party is against the governor or was against the governor?
I stated in my statement...
Does that mean at that particular time the UDA party was against the governor?
At the county level, yes. Nationally, the Secretary General had stated that that was not the party position.
Which other party was against the governor as at then?
The parties that were mobilized, we have BAS party, we have PNU, we have Jubilee, and other assembly parties.
You spoke about receiving 80,000 shillings. You correct? You remember?
Facilitation to be in the Senate.
Who gave these 80,000 shillings?
It was paid from the assembly.
It was paid from the assembly. Did you receive or did you partake of it?
Yes, I received.
And it was a motivation for you to appear, correct?
It was facilitation to be in the Senate for the 5 days that you are here.
A facilitation?
Yes.
Today, have you been facilitated?
I've seen that we have received a message.
Today, have you been facilitated?
Facilitation, yes, we have been facilitated, but it has not already been paid. But it will be paid because we have received a message from the clerk saying that members will be facilitated for 5 days to be in the Senate.
Notwithstanding whether or not you appear for Governor Kawira as a witness or of the witness for the Senate, for the Assembly.
Witness for the governor.
The County Assembly has equally facilitated you, correct?
I have received that message.
That you'll receive your per diems for participating?
Yes, yes.
So it was usual for the County Assembly to facilitate its members?
The previous one, only 59 members were facilitated.
It is usual for the County Assembly to facilitate its members, correct? Because today you have received a message that you receive facilitation, correct?
Yes, we have received the message. And
therefore the County Assembly considers its members as equal, correct?
No, no, no.
Mr. Witness, I want to refer you to your affidavit. But before I refer you to this affidavit, have you critically read the motion before this assembly for the impeachment of the governor?
I've gone through the motion.
Have you answered those allegations in your affidavit? And if yes, kindly point to us the particular paragraph that answers to the allegations.
The particular allegations?
Excuse me, just take your affidavit, take it.
Yeah,
and lead the Senate to the particular paragraph that has responded to issue number 1? Issue number 1, where have you responded?
Just a minute. I've responded to the issue of money that was raised for the...
Not the money that was raised, the issue of illegal revocation. Where have you responded to it in your affidavit?
I've not responded to it in that affidavit.
You have not responded to it. Issue number 2, where have you responded to it?
I've stated...
Do you know what issue number 2 is all about?
Yes, yes.
Show us the particular paragraph that responds to those allegations.
Number 23.
Paragraph 23.
Yes, paragraph
Read
23.
it out.
That the clerk of the assembly, under the instructions of the speaker, has been writing several letters to frustrate the approval of the governor's nominees for the bonds of various semi-autonomous government agencies. The clerk has no role.
Do you have evidence in that respect?
It is in the governor's badul.
Were you aware of this frustration by the clerk before you came to this assembly?
Yes, I was aware, because when those...
aware, thank you.
Yes.
Did you take any actions to curtail these frustrations?
Yes, I did.
What did you do?
When these letters came...
Where is the evidence in your affidavit?
It is not
What
in the
did you
affidavit,
and where is
but
the
personally I gave my opinion in a meeting
I'm not
that was
asking,
discussing
I'm not
these
asking about
nominees.
You. Mr. Witness, please listen.
Yes,
I'm not
please.
asking you to give us your opinion. You have given so many of them, so we do not want to entertain any further opinion.
Okay.
We want to go to the facts.
Okay.
Where have you pleaded in your affidavit that you took actions against the clerk for frustrating the works of the governor?
I didn't take any action against the clerk, but I have responded to that count number 2.
Yes?
I didn't take any action, but
did not
in my
take any
affidavit
action.
I've responded
Show
to that.
us in your affidavit where you've responded to issue number 3.
Can I have the affidavit?
And I put it to you that issue number 3, now 23, does not respond to the allegations contained in the notice of motion, issue number 2.
Sorry?
I put it to you that paragraph 23 of your affidavit is not a response and is not evidence that relates to the allegations of failing to appoint chairpersons.
I don't agree to that.
Let us go to issue number 3 and point us in your affidavit where you have responded to it.
I have not responded to issue number 3.
Thank you. Let us go to issue number 4. Point us in your affidavit where you've responded to it.
I've responded to it where I stated that I'm aware that count was initially in the previous impeachment motions.
Where in your paragraph? And is the issue in illegal dismissing about the issue of dismissing or the issue of the expenditure of county money? The governor dismissing individuals and making the county accrue unnecessary resources paid to the litigants. Did you understand?
If I can read the crowd, it's illegally dismissing in bold.
Yes.
In bold.
And
illegally dismissing.
Yes.
And then narration continues.
As a consequence of?
Illegally dismissing.
And as a consequence thereof, what happened?
A loss.
A loss of how much?
4 million.
Where is that in your affidavit?
I've said I responded. It's not in my affidavit.
It's not in your affidavit.
Yes.
Let us go to issue number, count number 2, gross misconduct. Yes? Deliberately misleading the county, the members of the public. Yes? That's in the barrio of Sniper, 86 million was raised, correct?
Yes.
You are aware of those utterances, correct?
Yes, I'm aware.
That the same were done by the governor, yes?
Yes, I'm aware.
And that it was done in public, correct?
Yes.
And that there was a pay bill that was generated for that purposes, yes?
Yes.
And that in the said pay bill, it's only 516,000 that was donated, correct?
According to the Assembly's evidence.
According to the Assembly's evidence.
Yes.
Do you have any contra-evidence to that averment?
Yes, in my statement I've stated.
Please lead us to that paragraph. Lead us to that particular paragraph.
Just a minute.
You're also aware that the governor made averments and allegations that the window to the sniper has moved on with another MCA, correct?
I'm not aware of that.
You're not aware. Kindly, let's play video 1A and 1B in our videos. You yourself, did you changa to that particular pay bill?
Yes, no, not to the Paybill.
How did you changa?
Through the WhatsApp group created for the assembly members.
How was the money collected?
It was collected through a member of the assembly.
Through a member of the assembly?
Yes.
Through who? Which member?
Member of a county assembly known as Sarah Gaki, Honorable Sarah Gaki.
Is it true that the wife of the deceased sniper moved on with an MCA?
I'm not aware.
Did you see her testifying yesterday?
I didn't watch the...
Are you aware that she was a witness?
Sorry?
Are you aware that she was a witness?
Yes, I'm aware she was a witness.
Did you follow through her evidence?
I didn't follow.
All right. As we wait for the playing of those videos, you have indicated before this assembly that one of the frustration that you colluded to undertake was to make sure that the governor was frustrated in the feeding program, correct?
Yes.
And that frustration was actualized according to your evidence, correct?
Yes.
How was it actualized?
Through a motion in the assembly, a report of a committee.
Through a motion, correct?
Yes.
So it is in your evidence that that program is no longer running, correct?
It was stopped.
It was stopped. Mr. Witness, I refer you and I refer the senators to our further bundle of volume 6 at page 83. At page 83.
Yes.
Kindly look at the entry where we have the votes, correct? Can you see them?
Yes, I can see the votes.
Vote 22-11-015. Can you see it?
Yes.
Confirm that this is a Meru County budget estimate for the year ended, for the year 2024-2025.
It is.
Confirm that you participated in this process, correct?
I did participate.
And that you are aware of the allocations and apportionments, correct?
I'm aware.
And therefore you want to read with us about that particular vote, yes?
Yes.
What does it provide?
Food and rations feeding program.
How much has been allocated?
54 million.
54 million, yes?
Yes.
For which financial year?
2023, 2024.
What was the purpose of the allocation?
The feeding program.
Thank you. Was it approved?
It was approved by the assembly.
Has this year budget also been approved?
This year's budget has been approved.
Thank you. Let's go to the next one about the cows. It is your evidence that the county assembly has colluded to frustrate the governor's programs, correct?
Yes, please.
Let us look at page 79 of the same bundle. Honorable Senators, we look at the vote end written 31-11-302-00001. Can you see it?
Sorry, come again.
Can you see that vote end? The vote end?
Yes, yes.
Can you see it?
Yes, I
Again,
can see
confirm that these are the financial year 2024-2025.
Sorry?
Confirm that these are budget for 2024-2025 approved.
Yes.
And that the county assembly has approved that budget, correct?
Yes, it has been approved.
And that even 2024, 2023, 2024, the same was approved, correct?
But you saying it's the budget for the 2024-2025, and there's nothing that has been approved for that vote.
Yes. What was the reason for failure to approve?
Because the assembly halted the program.
On the failure to have policies, correct?
Yes.
Is there a policy that exists in that respect?
It was introduced in the assembly, and the assembly
Is there a
trying to
policy
approve.
that exists in that respect?
I'm saying the policy was introduced in the assembly by the CC Agriculture, and the assembly failed to approve that policy.
Is it mandatory for the assembly to approve anything or everything?
That was the requirement that they had, the recommendation in the report.
Are you aware that that policy was rejected through the public participation?
No, it was not subjected to public participation.
So the county assembly must at always time act according to the demands as they come, according to your evidence, correct?
Sorry?
The county assembly must always pass anything without scrutiny, correct? Even without looking at the viability of the project, correct?
It has to look at the viability and...
Thank you. Confirm to us that you have responded to the issue count number 3 on abuse of office. Have you? And if yes, point us to that evidence.
Under abuse of office, I've responded to count number, paragraph 10.
Yes, paragraph 10.
Employing a bloated workforce of at least 111 personal staff.
Yes.
And I indicated in my affidavit that it was...
Paragraph 10.
Yes, I indicated in my affidavit that it was...
Paragraph 10. Can you read out paragraph 10?
Employing a bloated workforce of at least...
Paragraph 10 of your affidavit.
I didn't say paragraph 10 of my affidavit, but let me see.
I've asked you whether you've responded to paragraph
Yes, I've responded to... I'm saying, Council, I've responded to count number 3
yes.
in paragraph 10, employment of a bloated workforce.
Where is that in your affidavit?
Just a minute.
That's what I want you to show us.
Paragraph 22 of my affidavit.
Read it out.
That I'm also aware that the current impeachment motion features some issues which were also in the previous motions in the Senate, and the Senate finding the allegations unsubstantiated and not meeting a threshold of impeaching a governor. The issue of bloated workforce and alleged illegal dismissal of Dr. Ntwiti and 3 others was in the failed motion.
Do you work in the county executive?
No.
How did you conclude on the question of the bloated workforce?
We brought it here and it was not substantiated. We couldn't prove it.
Did you call out for any statement from the responsible organ of the county government?
My work ended when I brought it to the Senate and it was not substantiated.
Did you not? Did you call for any oversight over that issue when you went back to the county assembly?
I didn't.
You didn't. You have alleged that individuals were called somewhere in Mombasa. Were you in attendance?
I've alluded to 2 meetings in Mombasa. One I was in attendance, the other one I was not.
Which one were you in attendance?
Immediately after the second impeachment.
Immediately after the second impeachment?
Yes.
Who was paying for your allowances?
County Assembly of Meru.
Is it unusual or usual for the county assembly to do that?
It is not unusual.
Thank you. Finally, Mr.
What was unusual was the activities.
I am satisfied with your answer. Mr. Witness, confirm that county government must spend money in accordance to
the budgetary allocations
and prudence, correct?
Yes.
Have you looked at issue number 11 in our motion? And to that effect, do you want Kiambi Christus Manyara?
I'm there.
You know Kiambi Christus Manyara?
He's not personally known to me.
He's not personally known to you. Have you ever heard of him?
I think I have the name being mentioned during the hearing case for one.
In what circumstances was the name being mentioned?
That he was an accused person.
He was an accused person. In which matter?
Involved in that matter.
In that matter. Do you know of somebody called Supu?
Yes, Supu is well known to me.
How do you know him?
He's a personal friend.
Do you know where?
And we come from the same locality.
Do you know where he was working or where he works?
According to my knowledge, I'm not aware of where he works because he has always told me that he's not employed.
You are aware that he works in the office of the governor, yes?
I'm not aware.
I therefore put it to you that he does work in the office of the governor.
I can't accept that one.
Equally, have you seen that from that allegation that this one Crispus Kiambi Manyara,
sorry?
While he was in custody, he was being paid his full salary?
I'm not aware if he's in custody.
Read the allegations. Read them out.
Paying Kiambi Crispus Manyara, a public communication officer in the office of the governor, his full salary and benefits while in remand and despite being accused of murder, contrary to Section 4.2 of the Public Service Commission Discipline Manual for the Public Service.
You are aware that he was arrested pursuant to that murder, correct?
Yes.
And that he was remanded, correct?
I'm not aware of that.
I therefore put it to you that he was remanded, and that while in remand, he was accruing all his full salary.
That is your evidence, Counsel.
That's our evidence. Have you
Yes.
controverted it in your affidavit?
I've not controverted it
You
in
have
any
not
way.
controverted it.
Yes.
You therefore cannot doubt what I am telling you this afternoon, correct?
I can doubt because
You
there's
cannot
no...
doubt what I am telling you unless you have a contra
Is
evidence.
your word against mine, Counsel?
Where is your word?
It's not in the affidavit, but I'm stating it now.
It's nowhere in your affidavit.
Yes.
I told you, or I put to you, or I asked you whether you know Wansupu.
Yes, I said I know Wansupu.
Have a look at this document, Honorable Senators. We are looking at volume 2 of our evidence. Page 443 of our volume 2. 43. And we can be playing the video, you can be ready to play the video. Can you see serial number 1?
Serial number 1, yes.
Do you know, can you read out that name?
Vincent Mureithi.
Vincent Mureithi?
Yes.
First of all, who is the originator of that document?
The acting secretary, Meru County Public Service Board.
Sorry?
The acting secretary, Meru County Public Service Board, 1 Virginia Kawira.
And it's an internal memo, correct?
Yes.
And the internal memo speaks to the appointments of contractual employees in the office of the governor, correct?
They do.
And therefore, whatever appears therein is a list of those individuals who works there in the office, correct?
That is true.
And that Vincent Mureithi of ID number that works as an assistant director in that office, correct?
That is true, according to the memo.
That is Vincent Mureithi alias Supu, correct?
Yes.
Let us play that video. And you know, as we await, that the said Supu and Manyara at page 428 of our bundled volume 2, sorry, 429, I beg your pardon, of volume 2, contains the information of the individuals who are charged with the murder of one sniper, correct?
Yes, correct.
And you can see accused number 1 is Vincent Mureithi Karemi, alias Supu, correct?
True.
Number 2 is who?
Murangeri Kenneth Guantai alias Tali.
Do you know him?
Personally, no.
Do you know that that is the governor's brother?
According to you.
Let us look at number 2, number 3.
Boniface Kileji alias DJ Kaboom.
Number 4.
Christas Manyara alias Chris.
Christas Manyara alias?
Chris.
And that is the Christas Manyara who works in the office of the governor, correct?
The one that we have seen is working in the office of the governor is Vincent Mureithi Karemi.
Let's look at that as we play the video.
Wale ambao wanazunguka na mwili wakisema haki ipatikane, si haki ipatikane, wako katika siasa na biashara. Ile ni biashara yao.
Do you know whom she was referring to as those people wanazunguka na mwili of sniper?
In this video?
Yes.
I'm not aware of the specific people because it was a group of people.
Could it have been the mover of the motion?
Maybe yes, because members of the county assembly were there.
Could it have been you?
Personally, I was not there.
Okay. Let's proceed.
Wameweka Paybill, wanachukua pesa, wanajaza mafuta kwa MCA, zingine wanakula. Huyo mama ambaye anachangiwa pesa wakisema ni haki kwa sniper. Kitu ya kwanza tunataka ajengewe nyumba ya ghorofa. Number 2 anunuliwe Prado. Number 3 afunguliwe trust fund ya education ya watoto wake. Kama wajafanya hiyo, hawa ni wakora na wezi wameibia huyo mama kupitia hiyo familia. Ni makatero na ni biashara na
okay, proceed.
Siasa ya bure. Na matapeli. Hiyo wamefungua kama biashara, wanakuja kusanya pesa, wamechukua huyo mama, wamemficha kwa MCA fulani anakaa hapo, wanasunguka na mwili. Ingelikuwa ni mmoja wao wangefanya namna hiyo. Ingelikuwa ni mtoto wao wangemzungusha mwezi mzima. Lakini kwa sababu wanataka pahali watajijenga kisiasa, wanataka pahali watakulia maana wamesota. Nilisikia wakisema ya kwamba hawana pesa kwa mifuko, wanatembea na OB. Sasa wamepata njia ya kutembea na pesa kwa mfuko kupitia maiti. Hiyo ya kutembea na mwili wa sniper ni mambo mawili peke yake. Biashara na siasa. Hakuna justice wanatafuta. Wangelikuwa wanatafuta justice, watoto wangapi wamekufa Meru? Watoto wangapi wamepotea Meru? Huko Ndumo Oruna, huko upande wa Tigania, wangapi wanakufa? Mbona hatujaona hao viongozi wakitembea wakisema ya kwamba tunahitaji haki ya vijana wetu ambao wanakufia? Why this one? Why huyu peke yake? Kuna MC ambaye aliuawa na ikasemekana sijui nani amemuua. Mbona tukiona hii ni siasa na biashara, na wamelaaniwa wanaozunguka na huo mwili, wamelaaniwa. Mtu ambaye ni mshtakiwa the key suspect mkuu ambaye ni Supu.
Pause. Have you heard what the governor has said?
Yes.
What has she said?
Supu. She mentioned Supu.
Mshtakiwa, mstuhumiwa,
Anaye daiwa.
Play it again.
Mtu ambaye ni mshtakiwa the key suspect mkuu.
The chief
suspect.
Who is the chief suspect?
Supu.
Has that Supu been charged before the court of law?
Yes.
Proceed.
Paya ni Supu. Mnahitaji kuangalia mtu mmoja tu wa governor mwenye alipigia simu ama wengine wengi ambaye pia aliwapigia.
Have you heard her owning up that mnafaa mtafute mtu mmoja wa governor? Have you heard that statement? Listen carefully.
Play it again.
Just play it again for him, and please listen carefully.
The key suspect mkuu ambaye ni Supu. Mnahitaji kuangalia mtu mmoja.
Just was the time?
No, one moment. Senator Mtata, what is your point of order?
Mr. Speaker, sir, my point of order is that this matter is live before a court of law under criminal proceedings, and I think we should exercise a lot of precaution and deference to the court process, because I think that we are beginning to tread into the area of testing the evidence and the witnesses in that matter, which is not before this court, and that is, I think, sub judice for the rule of law.
Mr. Speaker, sir, we can then abandon it and go to the next clip, 214. The same clip at 214, minute 214. The same clip, minute 214.
Simu. Hakuna mtu mwingine alipigia simu siku hiyo. Ndio mbebe kijana ati mseme ati kwa sababu Supu alimpigia simu, you want to charge him. Wale ambao wamewasukuma kisiasa kwa sababu mnasema ya kwamba mmepewa pressure, political pressure. Wenye wamepatia nyinyi political pressure, wapatie nyinyi ushahidi. Sure. Maana tutahitaji haki kwa kijana wetu, ninahitaji haki kama familia yangu. Ningependa kusema
You've heard the governor stating wanataka haki kama familia.
Yes.
I have put to you that his brother has been charged in his proceedings.
Well and good.
Thank you. No further questions in that respect. I want to invite my learned friend, Mr. Muriuki, to proceed from there, but kindly confirm that you have no evidence that controverts all the averments contained in the motion, and that you have not tabled it before this assembly.
It is in my affidavit, and there are supporting documents in the governor's.
That the account that you have given is just your frustrations and your bitterness for having been removed as a leader of majority.
That is not true, Council.
You have seen the last video that was played, and there was an issue of gender card being played. Yes?
Which video?
You have seen the governor played the last video where there was one person seated.
Yeah. Yes,
Yeah?
I've seen it.
and started saying that this is all about women leadership and the people of Meru must accept it, correct?
Yes, that is his opinion.
Is there contention that she's the governor?
None.
Yes?
None whatsoever, but he is facing an impeachment motion.
Are you a man who is supporting the governor?
I'm supporting the governor.
Are you a Marian?
Yes, I am.
Supporting a governor, correct?
Yes.
And therefore there is no question, when it comes to questions of accountability, there is no defense of being a gender person, correct?
That depends.
There is no defense. Gender is not a defense.
Of course, it is not a defense.
Finally, when she was asked the last time, she said it wasn't me. Today, you have played clips blaming the senators. Do you associate yourself with the statements that were made by Al-Haji?
I don't associate myself with those senators.
Do you have confidence with this Senate that they can dispense with substantive justice?
A lot of confidence.
And that is why we are here, correct?
True.
Do you attribute that statement to any member of the Assembly?
It was used to reduce members of the Assembly.
No, associated with any member of the Assembly?
Yes, because they were there nodding and applauding when Al-Haji was speaking those words.
Let me ask you, is it wrong for somebody to hold an opinion?
It's not wrong.
Thank you, Mr. Muriuki. But before I go to Mr. Muriuki, you remember he claimed to be Secretary General of the Bas Party.
Al-Haji, yes, he claimed.
And he said he's a Secretary General and he never defined where he's a Secretary General. He gave a statement that I am the Secretary General.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Council, you have 3 minutes.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Mr. Mawira.
Yes, Council.
Today you have taken an oath when you stood here.
True.
Just like you did the last time you were here on 7th of November.
True.
And in that oath, you said that you're going to tell this House the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
True.
Now, you have come here today saying that last time your impeachment motion was politically instigated.
Yes.
Did you tell the Senate that last time when you were here?
At that
Did
point,
you make any such statement last time when you were here, yes or no?
I didn't make such a statement last time.
You did not tell the whole truth to the Senate.
I told the truth.
You did not tell the whole truth.
I told the truth.
Mr. Mawira, you have said,
to me.
I don't have time, so please don't argue with me, just answer yes or no. You have said that party formations were used to whip you into moving an impeachment motion.
That is true.
Have you adduced any document to that effect?
None.
Have you adduced any letter telling you to move the impeachment motion?
None.
Mr. Mawira, I put it to you that you do not have a mind of your own, that you are a gun for hire.
That is our opinion, Council.
Mr. Mawira, you stated that you are giving evidence on behalf of other people who are not here.
That is true.
Are you aware that there is no such thing as giving evidence on behalf of other witnesses? You can only give evidence on behalf of a party.
They have given me the authority to plead on their behalf.
Mr. Mawira, you have claimed that there were meetings organized that you took part to sabotage the executive.
Yes, there are
Have
such
you brought
meetings.
the minutes for those meetings?
No minutes. But
Mr.
they were
Mawira,
informal meetings.
you have stated in your affidavit that the people who are supporting the governor, the MCAs who are supporting the governor, that is page 13, paragraph 13 of your affidavit.
Council, your time is up. I will allow you to just ask that last question and conclude.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. You have stated that on paragraph 13 of your affidavit, are you there?
Supply me the affidavit kindly.
Paragraph 13 of your affidavit.
Yes.
You have stated that the MCAs who support the governor were removed from committees, including the Budget Committee, the Public Accounts, and the Committee on Implementation.
That is true.
Who is the chair of the Budget Committee?
Honorable Mwirigi from Kibirichi Ward.
Is he a witness for the governor in this case?
Yes.
Who is the chair of the gender committee?
Honorable Murogocho.
Did she support this impeachment motion?
Not.
Who is the chair of the transport committee?
Honorable Kidenji.
Did he support this impeachment motion?
No.
Who is the chair of the finance committee?
Honorable Caleb.
Did he support this impeachment motion?
No.
Who is the chair of the committee on delegated legislation?
Honorable Saragaki.
Did she support this impeachment motion?
No.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir.
But in that paragraph, it is clearly stated that in
Speaker,
MCs.
I have done with my questions to the
Thank you.
witness. Thank you.
Thank you, Counsel. Thank you, witness. Honorable Senators, we will now give you an opportunity to ask questions.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I have just 1 minute of re-exam, just one.
You have, okay, Counsel, you have 4 minutes remaining. So
Okay, I will utilize one.
Okay.
Mr. Witness,
Yes, please.
I will just need you to confirm the names that have just been read to you now. Are they members of that committee? Were they still members then, or what transpired?
Which committee?
There are names that Council has just read to you, confirming that they are still holding their positions in the committees, yet they did not support the...
These are members who have
in 1 minute, kindly.
They are members who have joined in support of the governor just the other day when the impeachment motion was introduced. But when we were whipped, we were 13 when we were whipped from committees, and that is what I've alluded to in that affidavit.
Thank you very much.
Legal Counsel, your questioning?
Yes, Mr. Speaker, sir, I am done with the witness.
And your time of 3 minutes?
I have the governor as the last witness, Mr. Speaker, sir.
So are you calling the governor?
Yes, I am, but with your kind permission, Mr. Speaker, sir, I would be seeking your indulgence to engage the governor in under 20 minutes, with your kind permission.
Counsel, what we'll do is we'll first take questions or clarifications from the senators, and then we will. I don't know if we're going to give you more time, but we'll get back to that issue at that once we finish with the senators.
Most obliged, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable senators, we'll now be taking your questions, and we'll like to keep it within 30 minutes. So we'll be giving each senator 1 minute to ask a question, because there are several requests, and we need to get to as many people as possible. So one question, 1 minute, and be very brief. Senator Murango James Kamau.
Asante sana mstahiki Spika. Mstahiki Spika, mnamo tarehe 16 mwezi wa Oktoba mwaka 2023, wakati tulikuwa tunafanya tukiangalia pia mswada uliokuwa umeletwa hapa kuhusu kung'atuliwa kwa gavana Kawira, Mheshimiwa Mawira ambaye ako mbele yetu pia alikuja na akaapa, na pia alikuwa ameweka hati ya kiapo ambayo alikuwa amechukua kusema ya kwamba yeye ako na kichwa kizuri, ako na uwezo wa kuaminika, wakati na akatia kindole ile hati ya kiapo ambayo alileta katika Senate hii. Leo chini ya kiapo ameleta pia hati ya kiapo ingine ambayo amebadilisha mawazo na kusema kwamba hii Senate ilikaa chini kuangalia nakala na makaratasi, tukapoteza pesa ya umma, na wakati kufuatilia stakabadhi ambazo zilikuwa hazina maana kwa sababu
Senator, ulikuwa uulize swali yako katika dakika moja. Oh, umeanza hadithi mingi. Sawa. Uliza swali.
Sasa nauliza, Mheshimiwa Mawira, uliokokea kanisa gani kwamba tukuamini leo na ulitundanganya wakati tulikuwa tunaangalia maneno wakati huo mwingine? Asante Mr. Speaker.
Senator Wambua, alafu utajibu hiyo swali mbili.
It's not possible. So, Mr. Witness, is it your evidence on record and under oath that last year you moved a motion for the impeachment of the governor of Meru under duress, and that what you said, the grounds that you adduced, you don't believe in those grounds? If that be the case, why should we believe that you have faith in what you're telling us today?
Boy, you managed it within 1 minute. Witness, go ahead and answer those two questions.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. It's true, I moved the previous impeachment motion. And whatever I stated then under the circumstances and the facts availed to me, I believe to be the truth at that point. But later, looking at the sequence of events that led to that impeachment motion, I felt that we were misused at that point and lied to. And I believe also that would answer to the question by Honorable Senator Wambua. If I believed in the grounds then, yes, I didn't believe in them. I believe in what I've seen right now, what I've stated. Yes, I believe in it.
Next questions by Senator Karen Nyamu and Senator Muma, in that order.
Mr. Witness, you say that you were part of a scheme to impeach Mama, politically instigated, the governor, politically instigated, and you even were part of the team that went to Mombasa for a retreat. What changed your mind? What was the exodus moment that now you are supporting Mama? Governor, Mama Governor Kawira. The other question.
Senator, just one question, please. Senator Catherine Muma.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My question to the witness is, the governor is widely accused of not being a people person who brings people together. What efforts have been made to bring the governor and the county assembly to work together for the benefit of the people of Kenya, of Meru, I mean?
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, Honorable Senator. To answer to the first question, what changed my mind? Immediately after the second impeachment motion failed in the Senate, Honorable Speaker, and immediately we left Mombasa and also the Nanyuki meeting. Personally, I suffered because I fell ill. I was admitted at Karen Hospital here. My blood pressure levels had gone up, and that is a fact that I disclosed to the Speaker of the County Assembly who came visiting me. And thereafter, I felt that I need to take some time to chart a way forward on what was happening in Meru. So I did a lot of soul searching. I consulted my wife and family. I consulted my close confidants and electorates. Even my electorates and started saying that they didn't send me to fight the governor. And it is at that point now when the governor reached out herself to me, I felt that now I need to listen to her and see if she is genuine. And I could see her genuineness then. And that is the point when I decided to support the governor. About the governor not bringing the people together, I stated that immediately the governor left this Senate last impeachment motion, she went around the county making a call amongst all leaders. And she also asked for forgiveness if at all she had wronged any leader in Meru. But on the side, and she went further even to reach out to me, and I know she has also tried to reach out to other leaders because there were reconciliation efforts brought by the president and the deputy president, where the governor sat down with all leaders from Meru County, including the deputy governor, which didn't culminate to any peace in that county. But from the side of the assembly, they have been going out, doing all that is possible to frustrate any reconciliation process.
The next questions will be from Senator Samson Cherargei, followed by Senator Beatrice Ogola.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Witness, Mheshimiwa, according to November 7 Senate answered, Dr. Mutomi Tiankulu asked you, since you are the mover of the motion, is this message consistent with the narrative of a peaceful governor who is a victim of some evil scheme to oust her out of office? And Honorable Evans Mawira Kawira, you responded by saying it is inconsistent. Is this still your position, or has it changed? And what will make you or make us believe that it might be out of inducement? That is why you are supporting the governor now. Thank you.
The Honorable Witness, a video was shown to you and the Senate on a funeral of one alias sniper, and there was bashing of the Senate and some senators, and then there was a funeral of sniper. So between the two, the death and the loss of sniper and the bashing, which is most important to you and to the people of Meru?
Sorry, come again.
A video was shown to you and to the Senate of a burial of one alias sniper. On that video, there was the bashing of the Senate and some other senators. So between the bashing of the Senate and the loss of sniper,
thank you, Honorable Speaker. The message that we passed during the second impeachment motion, that at that point the governor was not a peace-seeking person, was valid at that point, and during, depending on the activities that had happened previously. If it is still valid as at this point, it is invalid because we have seen efforts from the governor herself trying to bring peace and call for reconciliation in the county. And Honorable Speaker, if there is one sign that can tell you the governor is peaceful, I'm the one who was here crucifying the governor. I moved the motion to impeach the governor. And if it went through, the governor could have been sent home packing, condemning her from serving in any public office in this country for the whole of her life. But when she reached out and we sat down and considered all the events and factors surrounding that position at that point, she told me she has no problem at all with me or with any other leader or with any other MCA. And if from that point up to now, we have been working together, I've been supporting her, and we have been trying to bring peace in that county, then I don't believe there will be any other sign to show that the governor has reformed and she is a peaceful person. About any inducement, I'm not aware of any, Honorable Speaker, and if at all there is an inducement that would have led me to support the governor, is the service delivery for the people who elected me, that is the people of Mitungu Ward. According to the question number 2, bashing of the Senate and the senators and loss of sniper, I believe that the Honorable Senator was asking which is a more weighty issue in that matter. And I would say loss of life, unfortunate loss of life, is a more weighty issue than the bashing of the Senate.
Next questions by Senator Hilary Wakili, followed by Senator Jones Mwashushe Mwaruma.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Kawira, as a member of a political party, you've told this House that you're a member of UDA. Had you any meeting prior to the alleged meeting that you said you were caucused to bring out an impeachment motion against the governor, which you were a mover? And secondly, you told this House earlier on in that motion that you moved that the governor had gone rogue. At what point did you have your Damascus moment and that the governor could have changed? Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Honorable Kawira, in your own assessment, if the governor happens to be acquitted, perchance, do you think there is possibility of the governor working with the assembly? And what needs to be done for that to be achieved? Or do you think the situation is irredeemable? Thank you, Chair.
Because of entirely their political decision or their democratic right of either supporting or not supporting. And furthermore, they are not stopped the assembly from impeaching the governor at that point. Therefore, at that point, I told the informal meeting that I did not see any need for us to punish the 10 members. And I'm made aware that in the last or the previous impeachment motion, I said the governor had gone rogue. And I've said, considering the facts and events that had previously happened, there was some element of truth. And what changed, or when did I change, is when the governor now started preaching reconciliation and peace, and in our own act, even went ahead to stop the Okolea program that most of the MCAs were disgruntled with. Therefore, at that point, I saw that the governor was genuine and had agreed to change. Question number 2, if the governor is acquitted, is she likely to work with other leaders? That is very true, because, Honorable Speaker, if you can follow the sequence of events from the first impeachment motion. During the first impeachment motion, the governor was being supported by only one MCA at that point. During the second impeachment motion, the governor had the support of only 10 members during the second impeachment motion. During this third impeachment motion, the governor has a support of 20 members, and it is only that 3 more were intimidated and coerced that they abandoned the cause of calling for dialogue. We could have been 23 members. Honorable Speaker, if at all the assembly can be set free, the victimization, the intimidation, the threats that have been put upon us, members who are supporting the governor, I want to tell you, if that is done today, you see more than 40 members of the county assembly working with the governor of Meru. We even wrote a letter to this Honorable Senator, Honorable Speaker. I don't know if it came out clearly. We wrote a letter, the 13 of us, to the devolution committee of this Honorable Senate, calling them to come to Meru and at least help us set the assembly free, help us set the MCAs free, because it is out of fear that now when you support the governor, you'll be victimized, you lose your committee positions, you lose your allowances, you lose everything, all privileges, even to a point of being denied an opportunity to contribute in the assembly, even to a point of being thrown out of the assembly because of your contribution. If we address that, the problem of Meru will have come to an end, and I want to promise you that, this Honorable Senate. Thank you.
Honorable Senators, the questions have been very similar. So I hope the next members who want to ask a question will ask different questions going forward. Senator Kisang, followed by Senator Beth Siengo.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I want to put the question to Honorable Kawira, that you've told us that immediately after the failed impeachment of November last year, you went to Mombasa and agreed to plan for another impeachment. So it means basically, it doesn't matter whatever the governor does, the county assembly will still continue to come up with impeachment motions against her.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Mr. Witness, the other time during the second impeachment motion, you were on the other side. When you went back, you saw the light. Did you make efforts to reach more? You have talked of 20. Are you willing after this to reach more to see the light? Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, Honorable Senators. It's true, I stated that this impeachment motion that has been brought to this House started being planned immediately after the second one failed. And I've narrated what has happened, what has transpired previously. And Honorable Speaker, I think you have all seen clips, especially alluding to the mover, indicating that even if the Senate acquits the governor today, they are ready to bring more motions, up to a number of maybe 6 or 7. And it's a character of the Assembly of Meru, especially where I'm saying that MCAs are not being set free to exercise their democratic right. Unless that is reversed, you expect to see more impeachment motions in this Honorable Senate, just in case the governor is acquitted. But if that is addressed, Honorable Speaker, I want to assure you that this will be the last impeachment motion to come to this House, because the governor herself has proved that she is ready to work with other members. About my efforts to reach others, yes, I've severally done so. And when you approach anyone in that county assembly of Meru, and they tell you, we don't have any problem working with the governor. But now, when we come to support the governor, we lose the privileges of the assembly. So that single fact owns many members in abeyance of supporting the governor. And I believe if the governor is acquitted, and this Honorable Senate helps us address these issues in Meru, you see that the governor will be ready and willing to work with each and every member of the county assembly. And nothing proves that more, Honorable Speaker, than the evidence that has been placed before this Senate, that the governor herself and the executive team have agreed to allocate 33 million shillings for each and every ward, which was a bone of contention previously for the allocation of the ward fund. Therefore, I believe if the Senate finds it objective and finds it depending on the facts and evidence that has been placed them, that they acquit the governor, there will be peace in Meru.
Senator Danson Mungatana, followed by Senator Agnes Kavindu.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. A very quick one. A video was played here in the course of your evidence, and in that video, this Senate, Mr. Speaker, was called a house of shame, a house of greed. In fact, it went in Kiswahili and said that we are wenda wazimu in this house. Mr. Speaker, I just wanted the witness to tell me and this house, what was the purpose of that? Was he adducing evidence to annoy us or to abuse us? What was the purpose of that evidence? Because evidence is supposed to build your case. What did it build in terms of the case? And Mr. Speaker, secondly, I wanted to invite the Speaker to make a ruling on whether we can allow any form of evidence to be adduced in. I cannot speak in this house like that. Why should someone who is a...
Thank you. Senator Agnes Kavindu.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for this opportunity. Mr. Witness, you've said that you've been whipped on party lines, the previous impeachment motion. Don't anyone have a right to stand with their own understanding? If you knew that the governor was not right or was right, why then did you agree to take over the motion, which actually the lady told us that she's the one who drafted it, but you took it over because you were so sure that the governor was going to be impeached so that you can take the glory? I believe even in this Senate, we have parties and we have people who can stand on their own and make decisions and make the right decision.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I say first of all, I do regret the ones that were uttered in that video because it is not in my position that these are house of shame. I know the Senate is very credible and objective in undertaking its work. But Honorable Speaker, that evidence was brought before you to illustrate how members of the County Assembly have been incited and induced by party leaders. Specifically, the video played, we have seen it was of the Secretary General of Bas Party at Meru County. And that maybe was the feeling of the MCAs at that point who are supporting the impeachment motion. Therefore, we are to play to show to you the level of the level that political players in the county of Meru can go, the law that they can go, so that they can make sure that the process of impeaching the governor doesn't stop even once the Senate acquits her. My question number 2, whipping on party line, and if anyone doesn't have a stand, I believe honorable senators in this house were elected on parties, and we have seen that